Yesterday we have seen explicit wait. So one of the WebDriver wait class and how to use that WebDriver wait class I have shown you. Until method, you have to pass expected conditions class. Static methods you have to pass as a argument. And when should we use explicit waits? So normally explicit wait we can use for particular condition like page title verification purpose. Particular element is clickable or not. Particular element is visible and present or not. Alert is present or not. And frame is available and switch to it or not. If you want to check all these conditions, then you will use explicit wait commands. And suppose your Ajax calls. Ajax calls means when the entire page is not going to refresh. Only particular portion will refresh, and then it will reload that part. That is called Ajax calls. Those Ajax calls, if you want to handle, and we can use this explicit wait commands. See, expected conditions class is so something, and that is so you can use expected conditions class provides a great help to deal with scenarios where we have to ascertain a particular condition to occur before executing the actual test case step. Basically, this is the expected conditions class methods are each method is a one condition, waiting for the page title, waiting for the alert, waiting for the element to be clickable or not, waiting for the text to be present in particular location, waiting for the visibility of that element or collection of elements. So all these conditions, if you want to verify, you want to wait there, then you can use this expected conditions class helper methods. Expected conditions class comes with a wide range of expected conditions that can be accessed with the help of WebDriver wait reference variable and until method. So for this until method, you have to pass this expected conditions class as an argument. This until is a method. For that method, you have to pass expected conditions class method as an argument. So what are all the expected conditions class methods? See, element to be clickable. So the expectation for checking whether the element is clickable or not. It should be present and displayed visible on the screen. Then you can perform the click action. So that is the condition it is going to verify. It will wait and verify whether we can do action on that web element or not. Before calling the click method, you call element to be clickable method. Straightforward. And another thing, wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable. Element to be clickable by dot xpath. The xpath value is given. So that's this wait is an object of WebDriver wait class. The wait is an object of WebDriver wait class. And then on that object reference, you are calling until method. You are telling wait until this condition is satisfied. So inside the parenthesis of until, there's a condition. What condition you are waiting? That condition is this one, element to be clickable. It is going to verify whether the element is clickable or not. Next one, text to be present in element. So the expectation, so it will wait for the condition whether the particular element has the specified text or not. So that is the text to be verified in particular location. So this is the syntax of the wait dot until expected conditions dot text to be present in element by dot xpath. The xpath value any locator you can give, not only xpath. You can give ID, name, class name, cases selector, xpath. Any locator you can give. It's not necessary always xpath. Okay, it's up to you. Then second argument for this method is text to be found. Which text you want to verify? The text you specify there. Next one is alert is present. Alert is present. So an expectation for checking whether the alert is present or not. So that is the wait for an alert box to appear. It is waiting for the alert to be appear. So wait dot until expected conditions dot alert is present, not null. You can write it should not be a null. You should get that you are expecting alert and that should be present. That is what it is going to verify. So next one is title is. So the page title, you want to wait for the page title. So then you can call this title is, and there is one more title contains. Title is means you have to give exact title. Title contains means you can pass partial title also. So how to use this? Wait dot. Wait is the WebDriver wait object. WebDriver wait object dot until expected conditions dot title is and pass the title of the page. And contains means if you use the title contains, you can give partial title. Next, frame to be available and switch to it. So the expected condition waits for a frame to be available, and then as soon as the frame is available, the control switches to it automatically. First, you will check whether the frame is available or not. Then it will switch to that frame. You want to wait for that. So then call this wait dot until bracket expected conditions dot frame to be available and switch to it. So by dot ID, you can pass ID of that frame. Next, invisibility of web element. I want to wait for the invisibility of the spinner. Sometimes you see the spinner keep rotating. You want to wait until that spinner is invisible. How can you call that? So this is the one wait dot until expected conditions dot invisibility of the element name you pass. So it will wait for the invisibility of that element. That's the invisibility of element. Next, presence of element located. You want to check for the presence of particular element in the web page. You want to wait for the presence of particular element. Then you can do action. Just wait for that element. It is taking more time to load. So you call this line of code. So that then WebDriver will wait for that element. Then you can do action on that element. So I'm just saying wait dot until expected conditions dot presence of element located by dot locator value. That's the presence of element located, mostly used one. And title is, and title contains. These are the things we're going to use widely. Next, title contains, just now I told you. So partial title you can pass instead of complete title. Sometimes page title will be very big. I don't want to give that much big. I can give a partial word in that title. So then title contains you can use. And URL contains, you want to verify the URL based on the URL. Particular URL is present or not. Then you can use URL contains. So wait dot until expected conditions dot URL contains that partial URL you pass it. Visibility of, you want to check particular element visibility. You want to wait for the visibility of that element in the web page. Then you can use visibility of. Visibility is nothing but something, it might be present in the page, but it's not visible. And then WebDriver cannot do action. You have to wait for the visibility of that element. Then you can call this visibility of web element. Visibility of element located. So this is the web element, and this is the locator you can pass by dot locator locate well. There is a two type of methods will be there. All overloaded methods in this class. Many overloaded methods are there in this class. Because so same method with the different parameters. That's a method overloading, right? You can give all these examples. Method overloading. Okay. So if they ask you what is the method overloading example in your automation WebDriver, you can give all this expected conditions class methods. All are method overloaded only. Every method is overloaded. So same method with different parameters they were provided. And that's all. A few of the methods I have given, and I'm not. Let me show you still that is going to be clearly shown here. You go to downloads and Java documentation will go, but there it is some problem with the API documentation. So you can see all the code. So Selenium code. Now, yeah. So now it is clear. You can see expected conditions class. See that? This is the expected conditions class. So class expected conditions. See that alert is present. Attribute contains. See that method name is same here also. Attribute contains. Both methods same name, but parameters are different. By dot locator, comma, string attribute, string value. So same attribute contains web element, comma, string attribute, string value. But these two parameters are, but at least one parameter is different. Can you observe this method? First one is the locator parameter data type is by. Here, the first element parameter is a web element. Parameter of the method is different, but the number of parameters is same. And this is called method overloading. You can see the same attribute to be, attribute to be. So by locator, web element, a string attribute, string value. Even though other attributes or other parameters are same, but at least one parameter should be different. See that an expectation for checking given web element has attribute with a specific value. See that this is also same. Like this, you have so many methods. And element selection state to be. Element selection state to be. See by locator, boolean selected. Whether in the drop down, whether it is selected or not, you want to check. Then you can call this method. So web element, and here by dot locator value. So an expectation for checking if the given element is selected or not. Element to be clickable, say by dot locator value. Element to be clickable, web element. You can pass the web element for the element to be clickable. You can pass the locator also. So that is the all the methods are overloaded methods in this expected conditions class. If they ask you, just give at least a few of them. You can see here. Frame to be available and switch to it. Int frame locator. Frame to be available and switch to it. String frame locator. Frame to be available and switch to it. By locator. Frame to be available and switch to it. Web element frame locator. 4 methods with the same name. But what is the change? Only parameter is changing. So all are looking for whether the given frame is available and switch to it or not, it will take. That is the frame to be available and switch to it. Overloaded methods, method overloading. You can give all these examples where you have used method overloading in your automation means. You can tell these examples. Okay. So see that so many methods, invisibility of an expectation for checking the element to be invisible. Invisibility of all elements. If you want to verify a collection of elements should be invisible, then you can call this method. And this is the invisibility of all elements. This is the optional arguments. You want to pass one by one element. For example, here collection of elements you have to pass. Here one by one element you can specify element 1, comma element 2 like that. That's the optional argument. So data type 3 dots means, so data type 3 dots means that's the optional arguments. Optional arguments we call this. So that means you can pass how many elements you want to wait for the invisibility of that. Invisibility of element located by locator. Invisibility of element with the text. So particular text, you are waiting for the invisibility in this location. So like that, so many number of elements to be, number of elements to be less than, number of elements to be more than, number of windows to be, presence of all elements located by, presence of element located, presence of nested element located by. Nested means one element inside the child elements. This is the main element. The main element inside child elements. All present or not, you want to check. You can use that. So then you have text matches, text to be present in element, text to be present in element located. So these are all the methods you can call. Text to be present in element value and text to be present in element value. This is the overloaded method, these two. The title contains, title is. URL contains, URL matches, URL to be. These are all the overloaded methods. See that how many methods they have given. So based on your requirement, you can call wait command. These are all wait. You want to ask WebDriver to wait. These methods you have to call. First, what you need to do, create an object for WebDriver wait. Then wait dot until method parenthesis inside. All these methods you will call. See, every method is a static method. If you know the static method how to call, then it's easy. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy. Okay, that's this wait commands. Next, fluent wait. What is fluent wait? We have seen WebDriver wait. So, fluent wait. A fluent wait is an implementation of wait interface. The wait interface is implemented in the fluent wait class. So the wait interface have many methods like polling for particular element in an interval and timeout. All these methods are declared in this interface and implemented in this class. So when using the fluent wait instance, we can specify the frequency with which fluent wait has to check the conditions defined. Ignores the specific type of exception waiting, such as no such element exceptions while setting for an element on the page. You want to ignore particular exception, you can use ignore method. The maximum amount of time to wait for a condition, you can use a timeout method. So this is the how to use a fluent wait code. So interface, that a generic type, wait equal to new fluent wait of WebDriver driver. So wait dot with timeout 30 seconds, dot polling every 5 seconds, dot ignoring no such element exception. All these methods are in this fluent wait class. That's an extra you can use. Or you can directly write in the wait dot until method also you can call. Until method they implemented like this. And when should we use fluent wait? When you try to test the presence of element that may appear after every X seconds or minutes, then you can go for the fluent wait. We don't know when it will occur the element. You want to wait for that presence of element of every X seconds, you have to keep polling. Then you can use fluent wait methods. Then what is the difference between fluent wait and WebDriver wait? WebDriver wait is the subclass of fluent wait. In fluent wait, you have more options to configure along with maximum wait time, like polling interval, exceptions to ignore. All these methods are available in the fluent wait class. Now, instead of waiting and then using a find element, you can write like this also. WebDriver wait equal to new WebDriver wait, driver comma, some time, you can give any time. This wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable by dot link text account. This is the one. Otherwise, you can write like this also. Web element equal to driver dot find element by dot link text account. Now element dot send keys dot control, element dot click method. We can use this code you can write like this. So web element equal to wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable by dot link text account. So first it will check whether the element is clickable or not. Then you can call all these methods one by one on this element. So first it will check whether this element is click. Again, you don't need to do a click action. You can maybe particularly want to click, you can do that. But this is going to just wait. This concept is just wait until this condition is satisfied. Until that, so which second it is verified that and successful that condition, and it will move to next line of code. So this is the piece of code. I'll show you that how to do that. But what is this all fluent weight and WebDriver weight? So those are the classes, and weight is an interface in Selenium. So wait is the generic interface which makes Selenium to wait for a particular time with associated event. So events like element to be clickable, element to be present, element wait for the page title, wait for the selection of particular element, wait for the frame to be available and switch to it. And all these are the conditions you want to check. Then you will use a wait interface, and that wait interface is present under org.openq.selenium.support.ui package, and Fluent Wait and WebDriver Wait implements this wait interface. So interface is implemented in these two classes. Mainly with Fluent Wait, this wait interface is implemented. Then WebDriver Wait is extending this Fluent Wait class. So until method in the WebDriver Wait, until is a abstract method present in the wait interface. Whichever driver implements WebDriver and also must implement this wait interface. So which class is implementing the WebDriver interface? That class must implement this wait interface. Obviously, until method is logic has written there, which means that browser classes like Firefox driver class, Chrome driver class, Safari driver, Opera driver, Internet Explorer driver, Edge driver, all must implement the methods present in the wait interface and WebDriver interface methods. That's the logic. And until method accepts expected conditions values as a parameter. Until method accepts expected conditions values as a parameter. So arguments, you need to pass expected conditions arguments. That's a until method. Class must wait till the given condition neither becomes null or false. When they implement until method, so they have to look for this. So until method implementation must not have a return type as a void. It always returns a false or true. It returns. So Fluent Wait class implements wait interface, and WebDriver Wait class extends a Fluent Wait class. This is called multi-level inheritance. If they ask you, what is the multi-level inheritance? Give me an example. You can tell this scenario. So please make sure when you give a multi-level inheritance in the WebDriver. So just tell this Fluent Wait class implements the wait interface, and WebDriver Wait class extends the Fluent Wait class. That's a multi-level inheritance. Now WebDriver Wait is calling Fluent Wait methods, and the WebDriver Wait interface methods are implemented in the Fluent Wait class. This is the multiple levels of inheritance, we call this. The Fluent Wait class implements wait interface in Selenium. Fluent Wait object defines the maximum amount of time to wait for a condition, and like this. Fluent Wait FW equal to new Fluent Wait of driver. So maximum timeout you want to specify. You can call FW dot with timeout 30 seconds. So user can configure the frequency with which to check the condition. So FW dot polling every 5 seconds. So that is also you can do that. User may configure the Fluent Wait to ignore the specific type of exceptions while is waiting for the condition. So FW dot ignoring no such element exception dot class. You want to ignore this exception. When it comes to this, you want to ignore. So call ignoring method. These are the specific methods in the Fluent Wait class. So with timeout, polling every, ignoring, and with message. You want to specify custom message for the exception, you can write with message. These are all the Fluent Wait class methods you can use with the Fluent Wait object. So basically WebDriver Wait will use wait.until method only always, not this very rarely will use. So we'll see all this. Let's write a scenario based code, then we can understand. So we have a scenarios, automation scenarios. So first you have to prepare the automation scenarios to design your test cases using these methods. So how to design, let me show you first, so that you can get a familiarity how we are writing the code in the real time. This is the way you will approach. So first you have to prepare the automation scenario. Nothing but creating all the test cases will be there in the manual testing. From those test cases, you prepare some scenarios. Now I'll take it 2 scenarios. Let me show you one by one. We have here option automation scenarios. The automation scenarios for practice. So maybe you can try this one. Exercise automation scenario for us, for you. Yesterday I would have given this for you, but anyhow you can try this. Open the rediff.com website in any browser. Which the current page title, current page absolute URL, current page window ID. Click on create account link. Type the full name in full name edit box. Select a female radio button. Select the day, month, year option from drop downs. Navigate back to previous page. Close the browser. So this is the thing you have to do. So this exercise you take up. Okay. And I'll show you the scenario 2. So scenario 2 is you have to open the google.com. First scenario you want me to show? Yeah, this is the one. So see, as per the scenario, you just go to, you open the rediff.com. So I opened the rediff.com in the browser. So each step I'm reading, I'm doing action here. That's a testing, right? And then, so fetch the current page title and all. So what is the page title here? This is the page title. You can see here, rediff.com news, rediff, where you can get this, where you can get the page title. So you go to any HTML code, current page HTML code, and there head tag is there, HTML tag after, there is a head tag. So this head tag inside, you can find the title tag. Can you see here, everyone? Title tag. So this is the page title. This is the page title. This title you have to take and give it to, you need to get that. You need to get that. Okay, verification time you will take, but you want to get this page title. How can you get? And that's the point, second point I was talking. And then current page absolute URL. Absolute URL means this one. Whatever is there in this address bar, you need to get it. You want to get into your program. Same page title you need to get. How can you get the page title of a page, current page? What is the method you need to call?
Get title.
Get
Title.
Get title. How can you get the absolute URL?
Get current URL.
Get current URL. That's it. How can you get the page source code?
Get page
method. Get page source method is there. And how can you get this window ID? Every web page has a one window ID, dynamic ID. How can you get that window ID?
Get window handle.
Get window handle. So this methods never changes. You want to get a window ID, always call get window handle method. And these are the methods I have given here. See that? That's what I have given here. And then click on create link. Create link. Link is a web element, right? So create account link, you click. What is the click syntax?
Web element reference equal to driver dot find element. Driver dot locator value.
Dot click method. See here the step itself saying click on create account link. Click on create account. In the step name itself, the click method is there. So you have to call click method. So then call that method. So you write that step. Next, type the full name in full name edit box. So when you click, it will go to next page. So here you have to write your full name. You need to type. So which method we need to use to type?
Send keys.
Send keys method. What is the send keys method syntax? Driver dot find element. Find this edit box by any locator. Dot send keys. What you want to type here? Send keys method will use. Then what is the next step? Select a female radio button. So go here and there is a radio button. Select this female radio button. So for radio button, which method we need to use?
Click method.
click method. So call click method, driver dot find element by dot locator locator value dot click method. That's it. Next, select the day, month, and year option from drop downs. So this you have to do. This is the one. You select your date of birth. So I want to see your skills of Java here. So yesterday I told you without select a class, there is another method I told you, right? To select an option from drop down. Using that option, you have to write a reusable method and call that method to select from 3 drop downs, 3 options you have to select. So your day, month, and year you have to select. But one method only you have to write. You should not write all this method, that entire thing. Identify the drop down. Each drop down is different again. Identify the drop down, fetch all the drop down options, then for loop. That I told, right? That concept, you create that entire code in the one method, reusable method you create. And some parameters you need to take here. Parameters means what are the parameters? Element identification, one parameter. Then which option you want to select, that's the second parameter. 2 parameters you take and the method will be ready for you. Write out this. I want to see your Java skills there in this line. For this line, if you are not using a reusable method, it will be almost 30 lines of code it will become. Instead of 30 lines of code, you can just simply avoid it with just 15 lines of code, right? So method you will write, that method name you will call, that's it. For selecting the day drop down, you will call the method name. Then you will give the object identification of the day drop down and which option you want to select from day drop down. That's it. Method 2 arguments you should be there in the method. Then month, same method you will recall one more time. Then give them month drop down object identification and which option you want to select. String option and object identification you have to give by locator. Just give a parameter as a by locator. So by is the class, locator is the parameter. And while calling the method, you have to give by dot locator value you have to give. So data type is a by class and parameter you take as a locator. So how we passed in the so this expected conditions class, can you see here by? So you have to pass like this first parameter for that method, by and locator. Second parameter string option name, which option you want to select. So using these 2 parameters, you create a method, your reusable method. So that entire code place in that method. Maybe you can put select option. Method name you put a select option and first parameter is by space, the parameter name is a locator, comma, or you can put web element also like this. So web element, you can put like this also. Web element also you can write. Maybe you can identify the drop down. You can pass web element also. So anything you can do that. Web element name. Or mostly because we are writing one step, right? Mostly use this by as the data type and parameter is a locator, comma, string option. Which option you want to select from this drop down? Day drop down, month drop. Every drop down is different. That's why by dot locator value you have to write when you call the method. Then it will go to that drop down and which option you are giving, that option will be selected. So that's I want to see your Java skills. How many of you correctly going to prepare the method? So write this automation test script and send it to me. Navigate back to previous page. How can you go to previous page? Because you are in this page. So now you're in this page. I want to go to previous page. How can you go to previous page?
Driver navigate back.
That's it.
Back.
That's the automation code for this step. That's automation code for that step. Driver dot navigate method dot back method. And close the browser. How can you close the browser? Which method we need to call?
Driver dot close method.
Driver dot close method. That's it. So these are all the code I have given to you already. So write this automation scenario and send it to me, your code. So then let's see Google. Open the google.com. So I'll open Google. Any questions on the first scenario, that exercise you need to do? Open the google.com. And then what is the next step? You call all the browser methods. Okay, I'll call all the browser methods. So get title, get current URL, get window handle, get page source, all the methods I'll call one more time. So keep calling the method so that you won't forget. So you won't forget. That's the practice time you call all the methods. Then it will be easy for you. And once you are perfect with the methods, then no need to call, right? And that's what we need to do here while practicing time. And verify the page title. How can you verify the page title? You have to use WebDriver wait object. WebDriver wait object you have to call WebDriver wait equal to new WebDriver wait driver comma seconds, number of seconds you give wait dot until expected conditions dot title contains. I'll give this page title. So what is the page title? How can you get this page title? You go to the HTML source code, inspect, and go to the head tag. Inside, expand this head tag, and you can see title tag. So title tag in between your page title will be there. You just copy and give it to there. Then it will wait and verify this page title. That's what I'm going to do that. And next one. So type the Selenium keyword in set edit box. Type. So it is saying type the Selenium keyword. It's clearly saying Selenium keyword you type and then submit. What is the next step? Submit on the set edit box. Basically, submit means what? After typing, you will press enter key, then form will be submitted. So how can you submit that? Either you can call the submit method or you can press the enter key. We are pressing the enter key, right? How can you click on the enter key? How can you send this enter key to that edit box? That I'll show you in the code. And next, verify the search results page title. Now see, before it the page title was Google. Now page title is Selenium-Google search. Page title is changed. Page is moved. Now you need to verify this page title. How can you verify? Again, call. So this call, take this title and call that wait dot until expected condition dot title contains or title is and give this page title. Then it will wait and verify that. Next, I want to focus on this one. This search results are text I need to verify and wait first. First wait for this element, then fetch this text and extract discount. Discount you extract it. How can you extract discount? I already given in the strings. The same text I have taken and I have given this how to extract discount. So anybody remember that how we did? Okay, no problem. I'll tell that. Then click on Selenium link. So here Selenium link will be there. This one, selenium.dev. This one you have to click. So when you click on this, it will go to next page and verify this page title. And then, so that's why you need to verify every time when you change the page. Then how do you know that page is loaded properly? If you verify that page title, then you can tell that, okay, my page is loaded perfectly. That's why we need to verify. Then next step is click on downloads tab. You can see there is a downloads tab. Click on this. Then verify the page title. How do you know you reached the downloads? Either the page title or some element in the page. You verify. Then that's an assurance for us that page is loaded properly or not. Then verify the Selenium downloads page title. Navigate back to previous page. So from downloads, I'm going to back. I'm going to click this back button, browser back button. How can we do that in the Selenium? There is a driver.navigate method.back method. Then go to downloads page. Again, forward button is enabled. So I can use that forward method, driver.navigate method.forward method. You just call that and it will go to next page. Then verify every time when you're moving here and there, you need to verify the page titles. Then refresh the page title. You refresh the page title, then close the browser. So these are the steps we need to automate them. This is the one scenario. So a scenario is nothing but a collection of test case steps. A collection of test case steps is called one scenario. And scenario 3. So this also exercise for you. You tell me which one you want me to do, I will do that. Same as a Google. Here also what you need to do, you go to Yahoo page, open yahoo.com, the page will open. Then type the Selenium keyword in the search edit box, click on this start icon. Then it will go to next page. So here you need to verify this page title, and also the results count will be here on the bottom side. So you need to fetch this results count. You need to fetch this results count. That results count you need to fetch and extract only count. I don't want text. So first fetch the entire text. So the text is entire text means it's a string. All string methods you are going to use here again. How can you get only this count? That's what I given in the string handling time, how to do that. So that concept, string concepts you will use here to do such kind of activities. That's what we need to do this test case. So this scenario, the third scenario. I have given already the XPath for that. You can follow that XPath also. So you write this scenario, I will follow, I'll show you this scenario because this is a very big one. I'll write for this scenario. So all 3 exercises you have to do. Okay, all 3 you need to write and send it to me. So let's write our program first. Here it is. So the first one is sample programs, and here I'll write, I'm creating a new class. Google search is my class name. So create a new class. Till you have a time, please read them continuously, because you are practicing those methods you are using, right? Then you won't forget. So how Lakshmi and Sri Lakshmi is telling, that is the way we want. Even Vaishnavi also, right? So you should be proactively tell those methods. You know the purpose. When that scenario comes, you have to implement that method here. That syntax you have to write. That's the way we have to learn. Without those methods, highly impossible to write automation test case. We are designing now. I know the scenario. Then I'm writing the automation test case. That is, my test case name is Google search test. So take the main method, you can finish. Okay, so done. The first step is you have to write for launching the browser code. I will launch Chrome browser, right? Launch Chrome browser. You need to set the path system.set property. Is a system class property I'm calling static method, right? System.set property, string key, string value, that method you have to take. The key is webdriver.chrome.driver, and the value is exe file we placed in one area, right? That exe file path you need to view. That exe file path is, let me go to the location where I kept WebDriver jars and executables and Chrome 89. This is the path. So not this one, still inside that. So this is the complete path. And then the Chrome driver.exe application is nothing but a .exe file. This Chrome driver is a exe file. I'm giving that exe file. So I'll just expand so that you can see complete line. Dot file name also you have to give. A till folder, this is till folder, but you have to give file name Chrome driver.exe. A file also you have to specify. That is the one. Then WebDriver interface, the driver reference variable equal to new Chrome driver. Because I'm creating object for Chrome browser. That's why new Chrome driver. Import this, all the things. If you are not getting these things, that means you haven't set the WebDriver project. All libraries are not there in your project. That's why it is not going to show you your import statements. So you will get a panel like this, right? Import WebDriver or org.openk.clv. If you are not getting this, that means this project doesn't have a WebDriver jar files. That's why you are not going to get. If you properly configured, so please refer our video how to configure. I have shown you. So that configuration you do first before writing this code. Otherwise, that's not going to work out. Now, so first browser launching is done. Launching browser code is done. These 2 lines is the browser launching code. So empty Firefox Chrome browser will launch for you. But that's not the right case, right? What we need to do, we need to open the URL, right? You need to open the URL. So before opening the URL, I'll maximize my browser. So maximize the browser window. How to maximize? See the code. Driver dot to manage method dot to window method dot maximize. This is a one more method, full screen, that also, but maximize is enough for us. Full screen we don't want. This is the line of code you can write so that this window will maximize the Chrome browser. After opening the Chrome browser, next immediate step I'm doing, maximizing my Chrome browser. That's the second step I'm doing. Next, third step, I'm going to use implicit wait. I'm adding implicit wait. Implicit wait. So driver dot to manage method dot timeouts method dot implicitly wait off. So you specify the time. I want 5 seconds. I'll give time unit dot seconds. Minute dot seconds. So I have added the implicit wait also. Now I will open the step. I'm taking the step. So let's go to the SK steps. So open the google.com. That's a one step. So open the google.com. For this, I need to write driver dot. Which method we need to call to open the URL? Driver dot. Driver is the object reference. Get method you have to call. Get. You need to write in the get method inside parameter. You need to pass which URL you want to open. So I need to write https google.com. That's a URL you have to give. Always starts with HTTP. Don't start with the www.com. Don't start. Okay? Always HTTP, because the WebDriver works on HTTP server based. So you have to give HTTP. Then only WebDriver can understand. If you give www. You will get an error. So don't give that. Now it will wait for the page to load, and this page will open on this Chrome browser. Now driver is the Chrome browser object reference. Driver is the Chrome browser object reference. Object reference. Now, so I want to call all the browser methods. One by one I will call. Fetch the current page title. So call all the browser methods. That's our next step that I'm performing now. String t equal to driver dot get title. It fetches the current page title. So you can print. So current page title is, that is plus t. Done. Next step is fetch the current page absolute URL. So string URL abs URL equal to driver dot get current URL method you call. You can print that value. It's all return type methods. Return type methods I am calling. Get is a void method. That's why I'm not storing anything. But get title, get current URL, these are all the return type methods. Absolute URL of the current page. Current page, only current page things, not other pages. Whichever the page your cursor is there, that page it will fetch. ABS URL. Next, fetch the page source code. I'm not going to print this because it will fill with complete HTML code. So I'll just fetch it and store in the variable, that is get page source. Next, fetch the current window ID. So string PID, parent window ID equal to driver dot get window handle. So one window ID I'm fetching, that's it. So current window ID is, okay, you can fetch the current window ID. So that's the current window ID. How can you fetch? Next, we have, what is the next step? This is done. All the browser methods I have called. Now verify the page title. Next step. Step by step, you write first as a comment. Below you write the code. That's a procedure. Without comment, don't write the code. You should understand what you are doing. What is the step doing? What is the line of code is doing? This comment will tell. Now I need to verify the page title. So for that, I need to use a explicit wait commands. So WebDriver wait. So wait equal to new WebDriver wait. So driver comma. I need a driver for this as a first parameter, and I'm giving a 30 seconds. I'm giving. So the WebDriver wait is the another package. It is available. You have to import org.opencare.selenium.support.ui package. It is available. Just import. See, all are importing because this is the important. Import statements are very, very important because other package classes, interfaces you are using in our own package. That's why import is going to place a major role. Now, verifying wait dot until expected conditions dot title is, I will take title is, and I'm going to give the page title of the Google. So page title of the Google I'm going to give. How can you take the page title of the Google? Go to head tag after, so the page opens, you open the this HTML source code. How can you open? Just right click anywhere and inspect. Automatically it will open, right? So that's why you open the page HTML source code, go to head tag, expand the head tag, then you can see title tag. Just copy this and give it here. That's it. So what it will do, this line will wait and verify whether the Google title is there or not for this URL. That's what it is going to do. This is how to verify. Same wait object I can use for the this time is applicable only for this sentence, not for the next line. Next line what I'm going to write. So the next line is I'm going to, what is the next line? Statement. You see that next statement. Next statement is type the Selenium keyword in set edit box. Let's type this. First I'll write the comment. Then I'll write. So driver dot find element. Type means send keys I need to use. I'm writing a send key syntax. So by dot, there is a name locator for this. Use the name. So the name is Q dot send keys method, and write here Selenium. Selenium. So where you can find this Q. So this is the edit box, right? This is the edit box. Right click. Even you can use this relative XPath or inspect first. See input tag, edit box, input tag must be there. So input tag is there. Class is there. Then max length. See name equal to Q. This is a fixed. It doesn't change. So use this. Name equal to Q. I copied this and I have given that. That's what I have given here. Based on the name, I'm identifying that search edit box. Based on the name, I'm identifying that search edit box. So that's what we need to do that. Okay. And then let's write the next step. What is the next step? Submit on the search edit box. So submit on the search edit box. So let's go here. So I identified this element. I need to press submit. It means either you can call the submit method one way, or you can call the enter key. You are pressing the enter key, right? That enter key simulation also you can do. So that what I can do, I'll call the submit method. Other place I'll show you how to call send keys method. So this one dot submit. Otherwise you can call, I'm just giving here itself. dot send keys. Instead of submit, you can use send keys. Here I am going to write keys dot enter key. I'm going to write. So either this one is correct, you try both. So this one also correct. Both are going to work out. Okay. So enter key, you are pressing the enter key after typing. So that pressing the enter key is represented by this code. So next step. Any doubt till now? So this is done. Next, verify the search results page title. So you need to verify the search results page title. How can you verify search results page title? Again, wait dot, same WebDriver wait object I'm using. Wait dot until expected conditions dot title contains I will use. Previously I used title is. Now I'm calling title contains so that I can explore more methods. So whenever the situation comes, I'm waiting for the page title. How can you verify the page title? You go here and type a Selenium. Manually also you do while designing the test cases. So this page title I need to verify. So I can go to head tag. I can go to head tag, copy this and give it there. You can give partial, but I am giving complete title also. Either you can call here title is or title contains, both. It's up to you. But I am calling title contains. So it will wait for this page title. WebDriver will wait until this page title appears. Next. So what is the next step? You can go and see that. Next step is our automation step. Verify the search results count text is present in the web page or not. How can you verify this? So this one. So this search results count text. This text is present or not, I need to verify. So how to verify that? Let's first write the comment and below we'll write the code. So how can you verify? You need to wait for this. See that there is an ID for that. I'll take this ID. I take this ID and I'll verify. So wait dot until expected conditions dot presence of element located. It's an element. So that I'm writing presence of element located. I'm checking whether that element is available or not. By dot ID. I'm writing ID. Check. That I'm exploring more expected conditions class methods. 3 methods I have used now. This is going to verify the presence of element located. In this location, that element is present or not. It will wait. If not present, till 30 seconds it will wait. If 30 seconds also still not loading, and it will report an error, timeout error. So element is not found there, and it will report an error for you. Exception it will throw for you. So that is this WebDriver wait. Next. So that is done. So that step is done. We verified. Fetch the results, search results count text and extract the only count from the search results text. How can you fetch the particular element text? What is the method we need to use? How can you fetch the text of particular element? Which method you need to call?